Welcome everyone, my name is Harry, and this is Weird People on the Internet. Today I'm talking about the Vore community, and to summarise what this community is, it's pretty much people who fantasize and are attracted to swallowing things or people whole. I know it's very specific. So I first found out about this community a few days ago, actually, and since then I've kind of just been looking into them on all social media platforms and seeing where they're active and where they're not active, and they're pretty much active on every single social media platform. They're active on Reddit, no surprise, active on Twitter, no surprise, active on Instagram, no surprise, and pretty much the only social media platform they're not active on is Facebook, from what I could see. Maybe I should look into it more deeper, but from what I could see, they're not really on there that much. And they also exist on DeviantArt because this community is mainly just drawings, um, videos, and it's weird. So I thought I would go on DeviantArt for the first time in years and search this term Vore up. And yeah, well, DeviantArt is pretty active with this community. And yeah, so when I first saw this, the first thing I did was, Google it. So I thought, maybe it would be a little troll or a little meme thing made on 4chan and Reddit, although it does exist on Reddit pretty actively, actually. So I searched it on Google, and no, it's not a meme. It is actual people, and people actually genuinely are attracted to this, which is something that really weirded me out when I first saw it, and it still weirds me out now. But yeah, I just thought I'd make a video about it and talk about it in this series, Weird People on the Internet, because it is a pretty weird community, if you ask me. So the people in this community like to draw pictures and make videos. What I mean by videos is like make animations of people swallowing other people and also swallowing animals. Can't believe I just said that, but unfortunately it's true. Two social medias I forgot to mention at the start of the video are TikTok and YouTube. Those two, just under Reddit, are two of the biggest. Like, when I say biggest, I mean it. Those two are some of the biggest social media platforms to have these people. It really, like, it makes Twitter look small. When we're talking about this community, of course, it makes Twitter and stuff look small. TikTok and YouTube are two of the worst ones when it comes to this community. The videos you can find on there are absolutely outrageous. They are absolutely horrific. Um, I'll play a clip right now I found on TikTok. You may be saying, Harry, that really isn't horrific. It's not really graphic. Yes, that is true. It isn't graphic, but it's a woman dressed up as a Ghostbuster swallowing two children whole. That is horrific. That is more than gross. That is more than disgusting. That really did sicken me. And the thing is, the animation is, like, I wouldn't say cute, but it's more on the innocent side of things. And the music playing in the background as well. And the whole premise of it is supposed to be innocent, but then the woman just completely consumes the two kids. When I first watched it, I was shocked. I was sickened. Also, another thing I want to mention as well. If you write Vore on YouTube, I found this when I first found this out a few days ago. The first thing I wanted to do is check out on YouTube. And first of all, I want to say not many people have made videos about this community, and that really, really surprises me. I thought this would be a community a lot of people would talk about because of how weird it is. But hey ho, when you write Vore on YouTube, one of the first suggested one of the first recommended things in the search is Vore audio, and I was curious, what does he mean by Vore audio? So then I enter, and a ton of videos came up, and me and my curious mind clicked on one of the videos and turned it off after a good 5 seconds because it was disgusting. And I will play a quick clip of said video right now. As you could hear, it's gross. It's horrific. It is awful. I think it's supposed to be the perspective of somebody who has just been swallowed whole and is now being digested in someone's stomach. Um, I shouldn't be laughing, but I am, and that's more just the fact that I need to get over this, really, because when I first heard that, it actually did genuinely make me sick. Maybe I've just got a sensitive stomach, but it did actually make me sick. The sounds were gross, and the comments were pretty horrific as well. People saying, "Oh, this is so nice. This is so nice. This is so lovely," and I'm like, "No, no, it really isn't. This is absolutely awful." One quick thing I like to say is I saw a comment under an animation on TikTok of somebody saying these videos really are dodging TikTok and their community guidelines, and I laughed because it's true. I really, really believe TikTok and YouTube aren't doing much about this, and I really think they should, especially considering the fact that the vast majority of users on both TikTok and YouTube are kids, and you'd think that YouTube of all the social media platforms would do something about it, because they've been so strict the last couple of years in terms of everything on their platform and making it more child friendly, but they're keeping videos like this online, and they're not age restricted either, not at all. And I think they should at least age restrict them, or even better, get rid of them because of community guidelines. Like, these videos are really crossing a line that should not be crossed. Like, although they're innocent animations, like I said earlier, with music in the background that is all happy and jubbly and stuff, it's still not right. Kids are going to find these videos and they're going to view them because they're going to think the animation is all nice and stuff, and they're going to be attracted to that, but then they're going to see people swallowing other people and animals. Like, play that image in your head, a kid watching an animation like that. God knows what that's going to do to them. They're going to be freaked out, just like I was, and I'm a teenager, and I was freaked out when I saw an animation like that. So I really, really believe TikTok and YouTube need to do something. At least try. At least try. And if you're a part of the community and you're posting on TikTok and YouTube, at least make it age restricted yourself. I know on YouTube you can do that. You can set your video to age restricted. Do that. Please do that. Or stick with Reddit. Kids aren't going to use Reddit. Or even better, stick with DeviantArt. Most kids probably don't even know what DeviantArt is. So just stay on there. Post all your images on there. All will be fine. Just age restrict your own videos on YouTube, or just don't post them at all, because it really is awful, in my opinion, that kids could just come across something like this, especially given YouTube algorithm being so weird sometimes. Maybe an animation could be recommended to a kid in the future and they'll watch it thinking, oh, it's like a nice animation. Then they watch it and, well, they see what they see, and it's quite sad, in my opinion, that could happen. And like I said, I'm going to keep on saying it, YouTube and TikTok need to do something about it. There we go. I just wanted to bring attention to this account in particular, French_Vore. So it's a French account sharing drawings, of course, of the Vore fetish, but there's a few images that are more disturbing than others, in my opinion. So here we've got a woman lying on the table who is relatively large, and she says, "Good night, girls." But if we translate the French caption underneath, it says, "Delicious girls, tomorrow morning, I can't wait to see my belly with your bones, hair. Mercy, no, let us go out, we don't want to die, mercy, let us go out, no, good night, goodbye." So maybe I'm stretching here, maybe I'm assuming too much, but I think what this is supposed to show is a woman who has just swallowed her two baby girls. And yes, people are attracted to this. And yes, it is very, very, very strange. And this is probably one of the more disturbing images I have seen in this community. But that's not all. If we go under it, here's another one. If we translate it, it says, "You'll meet him in the end. Ho, you saw only bones remain of him. Hair, hair, your turn." Okay, disturbing as well. There's also another one right here. Mmm, delicious. You'll add to my body. Well, and fight will be useless. You'll melt. A point. That's all. Bye. Disturbing as always. If we go to another one here, if we translate it, mmm, belly rubs, delicious, stop debating, it won't do anything, mmm, for mercy, let me go out, I'm not food, ha ha, but if you're made of flesh, then sorry, but you'll digest, burp, oops, sorry, bye. So the few images I've just showed you right there are some of the more disturbing ones in my opinion, not because of the actual drawing, but because of the captions underneath. But more like the more disturbing one in my mind is this one right here. I am not a fan of this, and I really, really don't understand how people are attracted to something like this and a caption like that. Like I'm not going to judge, but I just wanted to bring attention to this account. If you're really interested in looking at it, there you go. French_Vore. Go and check it out. I won't stop you, but yeah, I just wanted to mention these. When making this video, it's important to me to get the perspective of somebody who's actually in the community, because then we have two sides. We have one side being me, an outsider looking at it like I've been looking at it in today's video, and also somebody who's actually in the community. And that's exactly what I did. I got in contact with somebody in the community through Twitter DMs, and I asked them a few questions. It was a pretty lengthy discussion, so I won't show absolutely everything we talked about, but I'll show you the more interesting bits. I asked the person what are the fantasies that people tend to have in the community, and they went on to tell me that there are three roles to play in Vore, and the first one being the prey, where you're the person being eaten, then there's the predator who is doing the eating, and then there's a bystander who just watches from the side and is not interested in taking part, which is just cucking, but bystander in this case. And these words are interesting because, of course, I know what prey means, I know what predator means, but I didn't realize that's what they use in this fetish. So if you're doing the eating, you're known as the predator. If you're the one being eaten, you're known as the prey. You know, because when researching this on Google, those words were never used. So that's interesting to me to hear that from somebody who's actually in the community. So yeah, that's just something I wanted to get out of the way, is what are the actual fantasies that people are having in the community. I asked this person what their thoughts were on people criticizing and accusing the community of just fantasizing about cannibalism, because at first glance, if you're looking at it as an outsider and you're looking at pictures of people swallowing other people, that does look like cannibalism. But this person went on to tell me, hey, if you don't like it, you don't like it, and that's fair. But to just use the cannibalism card is just no, because there are a few bad people in the community, but a lot of them are good people. So don't start accusing absolutely everybody in the community of being bad people and fantasizing about a bad thing, because that's just not true. Most of them are good people. So I asked this person what made them attracted to Vore in the first place, and they went on to start the lengthy paragraph with furries and the furry community, which I just want to first off start by saying it doesn't surprise me really that the furry community is a part of the Vore community. When I first looked into the Vore community for the very first time, I in my mind was thinking, hey, the furry community must be a part of this. And well, there we go. This person goes on to confirm that theory that the furry community is a part of the Vore community, which, like I said, did not surprise me at all. But they went on to talk about Zootopia for some odd reason, which doesn't make any sense to me. Like, everything we talked about in our lengthy conversation made sense, but the Zootopia thing, where they go on to say that Zootopia made furries interested in Vore, I didn't understand that. But the more important thing in this long paragraph is
The person saying, hey, it's not their fault that they're interested in this stuff. It's like it's an uncontrollable psychology. If you're shown something like that at a younger age, when you get older, you are going to be attracted to it even more than you were when you were younger, if that makes sense. But yeah, and that's why it's important to keep that in mind, actually, because it's not their fault. You can laugh at them all you like, you can make fun of them all you like. It's not their fault that they're interested in this in the first place. So all I can say is get help. Like if you're interested in this and you don't want to be interested in this, I suggest you just talk to somebody. But I'm not a professional, so I'm not gonna try and help you in that way. But it's probably the best thing you can do if you want to not be addicted to, or well, I don't say not addicted. If you don't want to be attracted to the Vore community, the only thing I can suggest is getting help. But like I said, I'm not a professional, so I don't know what I'm saying really. So I'm going to end off the video now because it's been a good couple weeks. Like at the timing of this recording now, it's been a good couple weeks since I actually first started looking into the Vore community. So all the audio clips you saw before this were from a couple weeks ago. I kind of took quite a big break. Well, I say big. I took a week's break off from doing this. I don't know why, but I just want to get this video out now. But I just want to end off by saying, the Vore community, please don't attack me. I know the title is Weird People on the Internet, Vore Community. It's only called that because it's a series where I talk about communities on the internet. Weird ones at that, because you have to admit, if you're an outsider like me and you're looking at this community for the very first time, it is pretty strange and is pretty weird. That's why it's a part of this series. So I'm not directly just calling the Vore community weird people on the internet. It's a series where I'm going to talk about more than one group. So yeah, I just wanted to say that disclaimer because I really don't want the Vore community. I don't want to wake up in the morning with death threats from the Vore community. I have nothing against you guys. The person I was talking to who is in the Vore community was really, really nice. They helped me a lot in terms of understanding this community. Of course, I didn't show absolutely everything we talked about, but now I personally understand more about the community than I did at the start, and I'm sure people watching this video now understand a little bit more, I guess. But yeah, I just wanted to say that disclaimer. If you did enjoy this video, feel free to drop a like and subscribe if you want to. I'm not going to force you to do that. This is a series I am going to put a lot more time into compared to this first episode, because really I have not put a lot of time into this episode, but I will for future installments, definitely. And yeah, my socials will be linked in the description. It's been a while since I've done that, so if you want to follow me on Twitter, if you want to follow me on Instagram, if you want to follow me on TikTok, all the links will be down in the description, so feel free to follow them if you really, really want to. But yeah, thank you guys very much for watching. Hopefully you've learned something new today. If you didn't know this community existed, now you do. So yeah. Just quickly, I wanted to mention the wording that the community uses. So if you've been eaten, it's referred to as vored. So it's you've been vored. I don't know why that made me laugh so much when I first read it online. So it just reminded me of pranking, you know. If you've pranked somebody, you say, hey, you've been pranked. But in this case, it's, hey, you've been vored. Yeah, I don't know why that made me laugh so much. I just wanted to quickly add that note at the end of the video because I thought that was a little bit goofy in my opinion.